What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you how to duplicate a funnel step inside of Clickfunnels, but not only that, I'm also going to show you how you can actually go ahead, clone the entire funnel, but if you watch till later on in the video, I'm going to show you some really cool stuff that you can use to literally copy someone else's funnel. Now, I say copy, let's say model, right? So we're not just going to copy their funnel, we're just going to make our own version of it using our stuff, right? So last thing as well, I also want to show you how you can actually take one template, and if it's on an opt-in but you want it to be a sales page, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So stay tuned and we'll get to the good stuff real quick. So let's start off with the easy stuff, okay? So once you've got inside of your Clickfunnels account, you are going to see this. You're going to go to up to funnels, right? You're going to go to funnels, select your funnel, and then you've got these couple of options here. You can go ahead and clone the funnel step directly just by pressing that one button, and that will load it back up into your account as another one. But you think, where's it gone? Well, we've got to go down to here, put that in there, and then add to funnel. Boom, there it is. How simple was that? Okay, and then you can play around as much as you like. But what if you wanted to clone the entire funnel? Well, now you're going to need to go to settings. We go to settings. It's all very exciting. And if you need to share the funnel with anybody as well, this is the share funnel URL. You can literally copy and paste that to somebody else and they will get a copy of the funnel that you've got right there. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. Here we go, actually up to the top. So if we want to clone the funnel, all we need to do is press that button. When we press that button, it closes the funnel into your account, boom, and you're sorted. That's the easy stuff. Right, so let's go and find out how you can change the style of whether it be an opt-in page, but you want it to be a sales page. So we're going to go and do that next. Thinking, why would you want to do this anyway? Why would you want to change what type of page it is into another type of page? Well, for me, it's all about getting things done faster. So if I have this opt-in page here, which is obviously an opt-in, but then I want to take it to an offer, but I don't want to have to recreate the whole thing over again. All I want to do is be able to add in the card so that someone can go ahead and purchase. Now, if you go here, when you're on opt-in pages to start with, it doesn't give you the option to make it a sales page. It certainly can't put products into it. But I'm going to show you a shortcut now on how you can actually make sure you get all that done. So on each of the sections, right, the green ones are the sections. So on this page we've got 1, 2, 3. Or is that another one? Should be another one. Oh, it's a long one, that one. 4. Let me just widen that out a little bit. I'm pretty sure that's one as well. It just won't show up for some reason, some silly reason. Oh, there it is, because it's short, narrow. Okay, right, so it's here and then here. Right, so all we need to do is go up here and hit save. And then it's going to be in a template for you, right? Now, hopefully you're following along. So I'm just going to call this OFA top. And I'm going to save selection. And then I'm going to save that one. And I'm going to call that OFA middle. Save selection. And this one, I'm going to save that one as, you guessed it, OFA bottom, and save selection. Boom. Okay, right, now I'm going to exit out. We're going to leave the page. So now we want to go ahead and create the actual checkout page using the templates that we've got available, right? So we're going to create a new step. And I'm just going to put anything in here, and doesn't matter what that is. Showing funnel, make sure that's on so you can work with it directly. And we want to have it as a order form. Okay, right, so the order form's there. Hopefully there's a blank one. If not, we can just go and scrape what's there and use that. Okay, there's no blank ones, so let's go for a nice clean one. That looks fairly clean. Let's select that template there. It's exciting, right? I love it when a plan comes together. Right, we want to edit the page anyway. And you can pretty much call these anything you want, but let's just go ahead and change that background, because I do not like that background. What on earth that's doing there, I will never know. So I'm just going to click that, get rid of that. Background color I want is white, thank you very much. Hit save, and now, yeah, I know. I want to add a new section. I'm going to go to my sections, and I want to make the OFA top. I was actually going to put it down there, so we want to make sure that that goes up to the top there. So I'm just going to change this out so that's everything, so it doesn't, I can then use it. And this up and down thing here, it just puts it above the last one, the last section. Boom. So there we go. And now if I want to add my next section, I can do that. Go to my sections, OFA middle, and you guessed it, next section, my sections again, OFA bottom. And there we go. Super duper. Right, and if you don't like any of this, you can just exit off. You can get rid of this stuff if you don't like it. That's fine. That can go. That can go. Simple, simple, simple. You might not want all the billing information. You might just want to collect credit card numbers and all that good stuff, so we can get rid of that. So the cleaner that we find on when it comes for having a checkout form, the more or the higher percentage you're going to get. So minimum name, email address, credit card number stuff, right? So let's hit save, and this is going to be, hopefully it should say, I want this to be OFA product. We'll just call it OFA product. Hit save, boom, and that's done. You've now converted, like I said, if you copied all of those sections out, you've now converted that to a different type of page, so that you can actually sell products on that page that you've got already. So the last bit, really exciting bit now, so that we are going to go and have a look at another page that we want to model slash we'll say copy. So this is how to copy a funnel, how to copy a sales funnel inside of Clickfunnels, right? So what I'm going to do is start off with, I'm going to add a new step. I'm going to make this test 21, just, or even 12, just so that it doesn't confuse any other funnel steps that I've got going on in my account. And I'm going to have that as an opt-in, and I also want to have that as just an email opt-in is fine, and I want to use a blank one on that one, and there's a reason for this in a minute. Right, blank. Let's go for blank. Right, select template. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to go and have a little look and see whose sales page, or sorry, whose sales funnel that I want to, let's say, model. Yeah, let's say, we'll say model. And we're back. So this is the exciting bit. So for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Russell Brunson fan. So I am going to sort of create my own little version of the first part of his page. Okay, right, so we're not going to go too crazy in it, so I'm just going to have a look and see what we've got to start with. So this is what we call a section at the top here. Then we've got another section here. We've got a row here, we've got a video, we've got text, paragraph, a button here, and then we've got the next part of the funnel itself. Obviously there's quite a lot on that, so I'm not going to copy all of this because that would be just crazy. So let's just start off to begin with. So we've got a graphic here, which is his thing there, a little bit of a menu across there going on, and his picture here, which actually is a background picture. So I'm going to start off with the simple stuff. Now, if you want to emulate the colors completely as well, I highly recommend you getting one of these little things here, which is a color picker. Just click on there. I can copy that code, and then when I go ahead and create the section up here, then that will work. Okay, right, so this is not going to be an exact copy, so you're going to have to forgive me on this one. Right, so here we go. So first off, we're going to alter the settings on that, and I want to make that full page, and then I'm just going to add a new section again for width there. So I've got 2 sections, because if you remember, that was the first section, this is the second section. So in the second section, what have we got? We've got background image, which is fine, but then we've got this here, which is set over here. So that would normally be like a row. So we'll have 2 rows, video and all that good stuff. So let's go and have a look and see how we do this. So that was in the first one, that's in the second one. So we're going to add a row, 2-column row, and in that first column, what did we have? First column was video. Okay, so in the first column we had video, and then we had a headline, and then if I remember rightly we had a paragraph. Just check to see how that looks. Yep, that's all good. And then we had a button. Boom, just like that. I'm going to hit save. It's going to say, I'm going to call this Russell. Excellent. Right, so if you look at it right now, it doesn't look like a lot. So I'm just going to preview the page. That doesn't look much so far, but you can almost start seeing a little bit of the basis of what was originally there. Can we? Can we? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. Right, so we head back here, and if you remember, this up the top was that color, which is a really nice color. So we are going to go to the settings, and we're going to go for the background color. If you remember, I copied that from the original. I'm going to paste that in there, and now it matches. Amazing. Hit save. But now we need to go and put those bits and pieces in there. He had a logo and some text across there with the menu. So what we do is I need to make this a 2-column row. Get rid of the first one because that's just no use for that. That's gone. We're going to need to put the logo in there, so that is an image. And then on here, I believe we had a menu. So I've done this before a couple of times. We'll just put navigation. Boom, 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 boom. Superb. So if you click on this, let's make that color. What the color was it on here? That's just white. Excellent. So we want that as white. Awesome. So each time, like if someone clicks on the features, that's going to send them to one URL. Pricing, another URL, order now, another URL. Okay, right, and you can change what this says on each one as well. So I can change that to contact, for example, if I was able to spell anything, and then I would just put a URL for the contact page. So now you think it's Paul, but it's still not really looking like Russell's, is it? Well, no, not just yet. Okay, right, so if I just want to do this, and now I want to add the background into this here. So I'm going to go ahead and have a look and see what backgrounds I've got, if there's anything decent on there that I can use that will be any good. So I'm going to use Canva to create my background. Now as it is, I already have one almost ready to go, which is pretty much decent enough for that, I think. So I'm just going to make a copy of what I had there, go up to the top, pop in here, and I'm just going to get rid of this stuff. Don't want that, don't want that. Hit downloads, That should download onto there now. It says hopefully. Right, so I'm going to grab that, drop that in there, but you can go ahead and click this button up here to add image or upload if you wished. And I'm going to make that, just double click on that, and that will make that the background. But you think, hang on a minute, it doesn't look right. Why is it not normal? Let's go full width and height. Oh, hang on. Let's just do full width, or could do full center parallax. That'll do. Right, okay, and now you're thinking, it still doesn't look right. What's going on? Well, first off, this is too big up here, isn't it? So we need to put a different image in there. So we've got one down there. It's just going to stick out a little bit because of the size. I'm going to make that much smaller. 200. That's better. Now, if we go ahead and preview that now, just refresh so you can see what it looks like. This is still way too big up here. I don't think that's, if we compare the two, yeah, that was way too big. So what do I need to do? I need to change the settings on here, squeeze at the top by dropping the padding down, and squeeze at the bottom by dropping the padding down as well. So hit save, refresh on my demo so we can see what that looks like now. And in fact Russell's is actually just slightly bigger. Okay, right, so I can do that by just making my logo slightly bigger. Let's make that 230 or 240 or even 250 or even 300. 300, yes, that worked. Excellent stuff. So now if we switch back to Russell's, you'll see that this area here is actually blanked out, so it pops, it stands out a lot more. I'm guessing because it's black on there anyway, the white shows up much nicer anyway. But I'm just going to go ahead and grab that colour just so that we can see. X off there. And now I want to just change this part of the background. I don't want to change that part or that part over there. So we're going to head up to columns, and I want to change the second column and the second row, which is surprisingly enough that one. And again, I just copied that colour, paste it into there, boom. That's now that colour. And now obviously these need to change. Text wants to go to white, so it pops out. This part here again wants to change. Background, text. Here we go. Save that. Refresh our preview. There we go. Excellent stuff. Right, so starting to get a little bit more of a look and feel about how that was compared to that. Now, one thing that I did notice was that his text was bumped over to the right hand side, and again the same with this. So I can just put in, who is Paul Motley? That's me, Bob-um. Right. So again, it's just starting to come again together, but one thing I noticed that there was a little bit more of a gap up there because that looked like it needed to come down a bit. So we've got to go into the padding, I think, on this one. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to stick that in a box, which looks great. And then we're going to go settings on the row itself. And I just want let's look, that is definitely down there. Settings, yeah. So let's go to columns again. Second column, top margin. There we go, a bit of padding on that. There we go. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Right. So again, that was full story. Oh, still can't write or message anything when I'm trying to wrap around stuff. The full story, and where do I want button fluid? That's fine. Is there an icon on there? Arrow. Icon picker. Arrow. Let's just check, see which one that was. That one, lovely. And I can pick it after. I think actually it was probably that. Well, where is it? There we go. It was behind, not in front. Oh, what did I just do? Did it again. Take that away. Alright, okay. So sort of starting to get the idea. It's just starting to get the idea. Font size probably a little bigger. And what I want is the we'll shape that up, I think. Corners a little shaped. Maybe a fraction more. Bit of a shadow. Yeah, that's okay. Button align center, button align right. There we go. Hit save. And hit refresh. And again, it's getting there, he says, it's getting there. So, what else have we got? We've got on here, that was corner radius. Oh, nice. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. Right, that button seems to be quite sharp on there, so let's see if I can make that stretch out on the bottom. There we go. Wonderful. Left and right. Just make it a little bit tighter, a little bit nicer. Hit the save. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now obviously this has got there's a video in there, so I'm just going to pause it real quick, just so it looks a bit nicer. Just grabbed a URL for a YouTube video, just for my own sake, just so that it just looks a little nicer when it comes up. So we're going to hit YouTube. I'm going to drop that in there. Hit save. So now when we update that, that should now have a video in there. Fantastic, good stuff. Right, so obviously I would use a better picture in the background, and then you'd start building out the second part as far as this goes, and everything else in between. But you can sort of see the idea of how you can identify what is what on a page or a sales funnel, and then you can go ahead and emulate that design for your own funnels going forward. So, well, this is the end of that little tutorial. So this is the bit where you get to subscribe, and if I do it right, the thing should be here somewhere. And there's some other videos that you can go and watch as well. So hopefully that shows up. If I've done it correctly, then it's even better. I will see you in the next one.